Alright, I'm gonna pull apart this natural white DSi XL. This is one of the consoles I used in a de-yellowing experiment, so the screens will be covered in a nice layer of dust. This console definitely had a lot more use than the few consoles I've already pulled apart. Definitely a lot more use on the touchscreen. No screen protector, it would seem. So let's see if it'll turn on with the battery that's in it. If it even has a battery in it. I have a charged battery on standby, so that's not that big of a deal. Ooh. Good old hand goobers. Put that in the spot for cleaning. Alright, let's see what I got here. This must have been from one of my heavy yellowed trials. Doesn't really come through on camera that well. I guess it does when I have the light on. Okay, yeah, definitely. You can see the yellowing. It's pretty bad. I'm like, should I do an image retention test? Because I think I'm not exactly sure what the image retention test is testing per se, if it's testing the LCD portion. I think that would make the most sense. Because this type of yellowing I should be able to solve by swapping the backlight. So if I can at least determine that the LCD portion of the display is good, then the backlight I can swap out freely and I'll have two good working displays. That's still a very experimental procedure, so I don't know how well that will actually work in real time. But for that test, I'll be leaving it on the DSi sounds menu for, I don't know, 2 minutes or so. In the meantime, I'll take off these screw protectors. Actually, let me keep my syringe near me. And what I'll be looking for in the image retention test is to see if this checkered pattern shows up in the setting menu. Because it is not supposed to, and I've seen screens where they do. Ah, rats. Ah, poked right through it. Let me look at it. Actually doesn't even look like I did. You know what? I'll happily take it. Taking off these screw covers sucked. My sewing needle slipped over here and well, it looks like this corner of the screw cover is a little damaged. Well, can't win them all, I suppose. Let's go check. DSI settings menu. Ooh, that is not promising. I see a faint line over here. It's incredibly hard to see, but I think I can make out assets in the back. That is enough to qualify that as image retention, at least as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so let's do a battery of simple tests to check all the other parts. These will be the same type of tests I do on consoles I put together. Put in my DS Pico. I didn't check the game card slot before just jamming in the DS Pico, but it looks like the game card slot's having problems. Oh, there it is. Alright. Until other evidence presents itself, I'll just accept that as just a fluke. Volume works. Whole L button's having a bit of problems. It might just need it to be clicked again. Alright, seems to be fine now. I mean, I don't have any problems with that. If I remember, I can clean it. Check the touchscreen. Man, these screens are really... Considering this is their end result after a screen image, or like a de-yellowing test. Oh wait, I'm not even going to keep this digitizer. This digitizer's bunk. Put a big X on it to just mark that it's a dud. Next I'm going to do a speaker, check the speaker microphone. I'm not going to check the headphone jack. La 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 la! Microphone works. Volume button works. And it's reading an SD card. Awesome. Both cameras work. Charge port, let me plug in my USB tester. Did not mean to cycle through these menus. That's good enough. Okay. Not the menu I like, but it'll work. Plug it in. We got indicator and charge light. As well as a 0.1 amp draw. Console goes into sleep. Jiggling the charge cable. Orange light does not go out. Oh, I actually want to go back to that one. Okay. Next is game card slot. Now, it did kind of have problems there at the beginning. Let me check the slot here. Yeah, it looks fine. Alright, so, I mean, so far I don't have a reason to suspect it. Yeah, it read a small handful of games without problem whatsoever. I do need to get some notes on this console. So this is a white LL. I actually needed to keep that on because I need to check what version number it is. WJF106988868. For the serial number, grab the version. 1.4J. Alright, I can take this fella apart. Get those awful screens off. All right. Ooh, yeah, those are good. All those are out. I just have this little fella left. Get this dealt with first. It's got gold screws all around. Drop all these cosmetic components in my little cleaning pile. Or to clean pile. Now I did not have any problems with this shoulder button, so I'll get that ready over there. This shoulder button did work after the first initial presses, so I'm just going to kind of flush it out. Some rubbing alcohol. Hopefully that will stabilize it. I'll just get the volume buttons out real quick. To the cleaning pile you go. Alright, let me grab some more rubbing alcohol. Fill up my little cap all the way to the top. Well, at least enough that I can submerge this button. Submerge it completely and then just press it a bunch. And hopefully the idea is it kind of flushes out whatever's in there. There's nothing sealing the internal contacts. I think it's all just friction fit together inside this little metal housing. And just moisture and corrosion just sort of works its way in there. That should be good. I have no reason to suspect this thing having issues. It's probably just a shoulder button that hasn't been pressed in a very, very long time. Get these stickers off. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. I should probably take off all the screws first. But, I mean, I needed to do this anyway. Order of operations isn't really too necessary. There we are. Alright. Let me grab the serial number from this motherboard. Native A13. Alright. So this motherboard is in good enough shape. I'll do a quick cleaning pass on the pins in the game card slot, since it did have that problem right at the beginning where it didn't read my DSP-Co. But since I had no problems out after, I'll just assume that's just a one-off. So I coated, gee willikers, coated the pins in rubbing alcohol. I sent that game card flying. I'll have to get it later, or here in just a couple seconds. I'll grab another game card and do the same thing with. At least I know the mechanism's still good, my god. Coated the game card pins in rubbing alcohol and just clicking it in and out of the game card slot. Hopefully the friction of the game card pins against the game card slot pins is good enough of a cleaning method. Now to find where that game went. Heard it bounce off a couple things. Oh, there it is. Ooh. There's a place I'll have to reach with my left hand. All right. Let's get this all pulled apart. Mark this as heavy yellow retention. Just mark it as a de-yellow experiment number 1. Get all these bits cleaned. Wi-Fi card was good. This one still has the sticker on it. It didn't get all of it off, but I mean... the Wi-Fi antenna out. Speakers derouted. Get the hinge popped out. See what section of the shell it wants to grab onto. No, don't grab onto the lower one. Fine. Need you to be on the upper shell piece. There you go. Now, encourage it into its little channel. And voila. This ribbon cable all nice and wound up and held up in the hinge ring. Slide my pry tool to slice that adhesive. A bit of encouragement. Voila. Camera unit's good, so I'll set that one aside. Sharpie, here we are. Yellow. I'll have to label all of them that I did the de-yellowing experiment on them, but I'll do that later because I didn't even think of doing that for the first few screens I did. Let's get this all bundled back together, ready for cleaning. I'll take a nice hot soapy bath to get off all this. It's actually not much. The shell's in fine shape. It's just got some goo and grime in different spots.